This is a story of a road trip through 13 countries with lots of friends and lots of driving, where I drove from Stockholm in Sweden to the eastern part of Istanbul, which is technically on the Asian continent. So the ingredients required here are some friends and a car. Okay, let's rephrase that. A working car. A broken pipe here. Let's get going. So we were on the road reading some old school communist propaganda aloud, traveling south through a rainy Sweden to the city of Karlstad, where we took an overnight ferry to Poland. Meanwhile, at the west coast of Sweden, some more friends flew to Gdansk to meet up with the rest of us. As we picked them up at the airport, I had finally managed to fill the car with friends, and so the full crew headed to the city center for some exploration and some dinner. We had some dank quotes and we cheered in vodka.
Skål!
Then we continued our journey the next day. Okay, we didn't get very far.
What up? Jag reparerar lite bara. Inga konstigheter. Tejpar bilen.
After some epic gaffer taping, we continued to the city of Włocławek to explore the local water. My friends didn't seem to like my epic drone shots, however, but I thought they were pretty cool. We explored some local facades. We did some analog planning on our map.
Där Montenegro.
Där.
Hit vill jag åka.
We had green beer for lunch. Didn't taste green whatsoever. We then continued our journey south, passing the city of Lodz on the way. I spent my time annoying my fellow friends by sticking cameras up their face, which wasn't very appreciated, and Jacob tried to kill us all by covering the driver's line of sight with our map. We arrived at a camping in Częstochowa late at night and had a cozy barbecue. Since we had no cutlery, this was our nasty sensual mustard application solution. 10 out of 10 approved. The next day we packed the car. We deployed the drone and we immediately found a tower we had to explore. On the way to the tower we found a local place with famous pierogis and therefore had to make a lunch stop.
Nej, vi går in.
Jacob immediately tried to dip Jonathan's camera in sauerkraut.
Inte den här vatten. Den är inte surkålstät.
After an authentic pierogi lunch, we were on our way to the tower, where Adrian immediately broke the law. We then continued towards the top of the tower and gazed out over the town of Częstochowa. After our lunch and some exploring, we had seen everything we had to see in Poland, so we headed south again. We continued driving, and soon we had crossed the border over to the Czech Republic and their capital of Prague. We arrived at sunset. We got lost a bit, but soon we ended up at a hostel and ventured into the night.
Var isbaren fantastisk? Nej.
The next day we explored Prague in daylight. It's a beautiful city. The shopping, it's a bit suspicious though. Apparently they like to punch and stab each other over here. Good to know. We saw another church with a cool clockwork, and me and Jacob ventured into the night again. The only footage I have of it though is of Jacob in a roof-mounted bathtub. Well, apparently the others are early risers when they're not partying in a bathtub all night. As me and Jacob slept like babies, we continued our journey to the city of Kutna Hora and the Sedlec ossuary. It's a Catholic chapel containing skeletons of tens of thousands of people who died during the plague. It's macabre and fascinating at the same time. In 1870, the woodcarver František Rindt was tasked with organizing the bones in the chapel by German aristocrats, I guess they had issues finding a bone artist, but apparently woodworking translates pretty well. After the bone bonanza, we set our course south towards the mountains in Austria.
Vad gör ni där bak?
Tugga tuggummi.
Vi tog en 7 tuggummi var.
Wow.
While me and Adrian chewed shit tons of gum, Jonathan spent his time sketching us all on a piece of paper. He is almost as good an artist as Rint the bone assembler. Contact me if you have thousands of human bones to assemble and I'll put you in touch.
Jaha, är vi i Österrike nu?
Ja.
As we had apparently crossed into Austria, we had to try the brewery of the beer we were already drinking. Eric was super happy about the situation. We tried some of the local beer and everyone was super fascinated by Adrian's meal.
Vad är det där?
Crunchy pork ni, vadå då?
After the brewery, Jonathan immediately found a playground and started playing. So immature. Okay then. We all started running around like crazy chickens for a long while. Growing up is overrated. After our lunch, planning session and chicken dance / obstacle course, we set off to the south again. Oh, what? Yeah, hello Eric. Okay, sorry about that. As we got stuck in a queue, Jacob entertained himself by filling soap bubbles with vape smoke, while also filling the whole car with said smoke. Soon the queue had cleared and we could finally leave Austria for a camping in Slovenia. As we arrived at the camping, we immediately dumped all of our stuff on the ground and fired up the grill. I'll end part 1 here with this epic fungi fight, and I'll post part 2 as soon as I've made the edit, where we'll start off by visiting Lake Bled in Slovenia.
Ja, inte lika med moppen.
Take care, stay tuned and all that jazz, and I'll see you in the next one. Oh, by the way, part 1 only took 2.5 years to edit, so we'll see about the timeline.